Podcast, Monty and the Pharaoh.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I apologize in advance for scaring you when you were younger.
You scared my wife.
Well, shit.
Not when I was younger. I'm actually older than you. You scared me while I was older.
Even better.
That's impressive.
You know what it is, bro. You just ain't never been hugged by me.
Well, that's what it is.
I got a lot of love. I got a lot of love to give, brother. I'm very famous for my hugs now.
I gotta say, right, and just looking at your history and stuff, boy, you were a good-looking guy when you were younger. In a manly way, I'm saying.
What's going on?
What happened, right?
Well, no, you're a good-looking guy now, but I mean, you were like model-esque.
Is this going to turn into more than hugs? I'm not ready for that.
Dude, I'm telling you, the pictures of him, I'm like, what is this guy, a model?
I told you, I had to work hard to get big. When I graduated high school, I was like 190 pounds. So I had to get on gas a little bit. I had to freaking work out hard, and it's like.
So what kind of gas? Like, so when I was back in the day when I was your age, it was Deca, pills. I was in Germany, right? So it was Deca, the horse injections, all the bad shit.
Horse injections?
That's bad. Not that I took that shit, by the way.
You're gonna love this. I didn't know dick about dick for that stuff. You know what I mean? Like I thought if I get really good, it doesn't matter what my body looks like. WWE's gonna see it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or whatever. But that's young and dumb moron. 20. Not 28. 18 when I started. So I didn't know nothing. So I'm trying to work out. I'm not getting no bigger. I'm just like this and that. And I was like, well, shit. I lived like 3 or 4 miles from the Mexican border, like a big old town, Mexicali. I used to live in El Centro, California. Mexicali. You know what I mean? I was like, I could walk across the border. They got pharmacies down there, but it's like I don't know what I'm doing. So my mom hears me talking like this, and she's just like, "Well, are you gonna do it, or what are you gonna do? If you have to do it, do it." You know what I mean? Like, whatever. And I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I went out and worked or something, and I came back, and my mom had 2 bottles of like tests with like a bull or something or a bulldog on it. And I was like, what the hell is this? And she's
Did she go across the border?
Yeah. She's like, I went down to Mexico.
Wow, Mom's
She's
cool.
like, I walked into a gym. I went to the biggest guy in there, and I asked him where he gets his shit from.
What is going on here?
Yeah, so she came home with that stuff. You know what I mean? And I was such a pussy. You know what I mean? Like I was scared of needles too.
Hell yeah, right.
Do that. So I was like, I ended up getting on like a little bit of stuff like. Whatever little orals were or whatever. Like one of my buddies that was a worker who'd made it. I'm not going to say his name or nothing, but he'd kind of hooked me up to those things. And I'll be honest, without him, I'd have never got even anywhere close, man. I was 190 pounds and I couldn't put weight on for shit.
Well, let me ask you, what are your thoughts on human growth hormones and steroids? Do you think they get a bad rap? I mean, I
think they get a horrible rap, man.
Yeah.
Anything that can be given to you by doctors and be beneficial to the recovery time. I mean, come on, man. We're sitting there kicking the shit out of each other. Mm-hmm. We're in car crashes every night, and it's like they expect us not to be able to. We're trying to train every day on top of all that, and eat right, and travel, and you're sleep deprived too. If this stuff can maybe be monitored, given by the doctor, whatever. You don't want like dipshits like me. You know what I mean? Like 18 years old, don't know what the hell you're doing, just putting whatever in there. If you have people that can guide you the right way, it can be very beneficial and very healthy. And then maybe instead of using stuff the wrong way and all the boys dying, you know what I mean? Like when they're 50, then maybe it would extend that part of the business as well.
Does roids have any psychological side effects of any kind?
No,
obviously I've never taken them.
I can only speak for me.
Okay.
Like I said, I stopped doing them years and years and years ago.
Okay.
Once I got signed, you know what I mean, and it was kind of made clear that that's the way that they were going. I was the first one on board because I really didn't want to do them in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I was always thought.
Now you mentioned that you were 190 pounds before you resorted to taking these things. How do you feel nowadays when you see 190-pound guys holding world heavyweight titles?
There's a special Saturday show with the great Mike Knox, who I'm starting not to be so scared at because he seems like a nice guy.
I'm scared. He's big.
I mean, he takes on every woman in the world, but then he decides to
cover up Kelly
and be nice to her. I mean, come on. You needed that on your mark of,
I wasn't trying to get fired, baby. They said
don't touch Kelly.
Don't touch Kelly. She's off limits.
But go ahead. But
rough,
go.
Though.
Don't touch Kelly, but screw Melina.
Hey, man.
What?
That's okay.
I was in love with Melina.
Oh, you are?
I was in love with Melina.
Really?
It was way back in the day.
I can't blame you.
Oh, brother. It was
Come
way,
on.
way back, man. It was before we got signed. We were both just struggling, trying to come up, man.
Dude,
we were
blind men
UPW.
would chase her down the
we
block.
We were at UPW. You know, she was innocent back then. I was too. Like, we just kind of hit it off and it worked out.
There you go.
You know?
There you go.
But, as the wrestling business always says, there's a swerve coming. You know what I mean? Like, you know, she went and did her thing. You know, broke my heart, my poor little heart, broke my heart. But still friends, still cool, still talk. Bro,
What thing did she do?
she broke my heart, baby.
Are we talking about Batista? Or?
No.
okay.
That was all the way back when Morrison and her started going.
I knew this was going to
Way
get back
back
to the
then.
guy from the Doors, the guy that sang for the
Yeah,
Doors.
way back
I'm surprised Ziggler's not in that
that
mix too,
wasn't
because that
John
guy had
Morrison?
everybody too,
Oh,
right?
boy,
Ziggler.
I ain't nobody's.
So you're with her, and your
know.
brother John Morrison goes and backstabs.
Oh
you.
no, it was, bro. It was only a matter of time. You seen him?
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
Yeah, he looks
Come
like
on,
Jim
man.
Morrison.
Dude,
on
I've already
steroids!
established
He's
that
good to go.
you have the goods. You should have been able.
Like John Morrison.
She went up to OVW. I was still back in Phoenix trying to get signed.
Oops.
Right.
There wasn't
Distance.
no guarantee I was ever going to get signed.
Right.
I was on the list, but
But then
that
again,
was really drawn thin.
this brings us back because Melina's hooked up in storyline with Johnny Nitro, whatever they were calling him back then.
Right.
And he takes advantage, but you're in a storyline with Kelly Kelly, and you're like, nah, I don't want to be nice.
No, they were together long before I think that the storyline came
Oh,
out.
okay.
And like I said, man, it's a good thing. They were better for each other than me and her would ever been.
There you
know
go.
what I mean? Like,
This a shoot. Did Michaels just do this to you out of nowhere? Could you fill us in, please?
well, I was so excited, first of all,
Of course.
because I get to wrestle one of my heroes, Shawn Michaels. Sweet. I mean, Triple H is okay, but he wasn't my guy. You know what I mean? Like when I was growing up, when I was training, I wanted to bump like Shawn Michaels. When I wanted to
course.
punch, you know what I mean? I wanted to sell like him
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So I'm finally in there. I was like, oh baby, I'm gonna go tonight. You know. So
With the
you know,
heartbreak
here
kid.
comes goddamn fucking Bad Street Atlanta. She comes into the fucking, the locker room dancing. Hey man,
He's got the hands.
Oh, you got it.
hey man, you're gonna lose first. And I was like, well, fuck.
I'm as
All right.
free as a bird now.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, well, shit. All right, here we go.
Hey.
So I'll have 5-6 minutes. They'll probably let me in there with Shawn. I'll get to tear the house down and show the people, that haven't seen me, that don't really watch ECW, they don't really know, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to get to see a real motherfucker, So they're like, all right, well, you're going to be we can give you about 3 minutes. And I'm like, shit, all right, I can do some really cool stuff in 3 minutes. He said, well, you could do that and be forgotten forever. You could have a moment.
Have a
Would you
moment.
like to have a moment written in it? Like, then I was like, fuck, purely sexy? Hell yeah, I do.
Give
I
me
want to
a
have
moment.
a moment. And he's like, okay. We're going to mess around with him. You're going to super kick you right off the bat and spin you right away. And I was just like, oh, fuck, I don't want that moment.
Yeah, that's a
You know,
shitty
that's
moment.
a shitty moment,
Yeah.
bro. That moment could stunt the growth of the whole rest of my career.
Absolutely.
Which it did. You know what I mean? So.
And that thought flashed
Yeah.
through your mind when they told you this.
Oh, yeah.
So let me ask you.
But you fight so long to get up there and you get your big break. You don't want to be the squeaky wheel.
Yeah.
And they're kind of, I don't know, man. I always thought like they were doing me a favor.
But
by letting me
it
on
goes.
there.
But it goes beyond that, right? So
gotcha.
was it scripted for Shawn to turn to his teammates and go, "Who is that?"
Oh no, he had no fucking clue who I was. I am 100%, because later on I freaking called his ass out on it. It was a few years later. I'd been around for a while. I was pretty big. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I was up around maybe like 310.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was still pretty solid. And I could move, you know what I mean? I still had a little bit of wind on me, and we were doing this tour, and it was over in Japan or something. And it was me and Kane against Shawn Michaels, and I think it was Ray. I want to say it was Ray, because I was doing some stuff with Ray at that point. And Shawn fucking walks into the thing, and he's like, he sees like some name on there that he doesn't really know, and he's like, "Oh, you better lace him up tight tonight."
And this is Stay Still for Jesus, Shawn, right? This
Yeah,
isn't.
yeah.
This isn't
Yeah.
hitting drugs all day
This is
long.
the holy
He was like-
roller.
He was like, "You better
Yeah.
lace him up tight," and I was like, "Nah, motherfucker,
Uh-oh.
you better fucking lace him up tight. You forgot my name 5 fucking years ago, and you still don't know it."
Nice.
You know what I mean? I was like, "You're gonna remember it after tonight, brother. We're going hard tonight."
Nice.
You know what I mean?
How
He's just
quickly
like,
did he
"Whoa,
start-
brother,
There
hey,
we go.
Jesus," like whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so we go out there, and of course, businessman, You know what I mean? I'd go out there and I'll run around with them a little bit, super light, show them I can work, do the thing, take the comeback, take the finish, super kick, 619, super kick, you know, all that shit.
Yeah.
Not even one receipt.
Nope.
Man, you're a nice guy.
Brother,
You are a nice guy.
I don't give people receipts for hurt fucking feelings. If you're in your dangers with me, I'm fine. I'll go with you. I don't give a shit. I've been knocked out before. I'll be knocked out again. But
Who was the most dangerous with you in the ring?
God dang, man.
Good question.
That's tough, bro. Because there's some guys in Japan.
Anybody you dreaded getting in the ring with? That'll probably get you there quicker.
Did you work with Vader at all?
Oh.
Never got the
did.
opportunity.
I never did. I was worried when I was supposed to work with Test.
Test.
Yep. Because he
Interesting.
had a reputation of
Okay.
roughing people up, like, because I wasn't with the company yet. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was still trying to.
How about after you worked with him? Was his reputation fair? He was fine.
He was stiff. You know what I mean? Oh, you know, hardcore Holly's stiff as a board. You know what I mean? At that time, whenever I was doing stuff with him, he kind of had something he was trying to prove, I think, to the locker room.
Finley?
Tough
Fit
guy
Finley?
Fuck guy. Holy shit, man.
Fit
You want to talk
Finley.
about a tough motherfucker. But
That is nice.
it's just, you want to talk about a professional wrestler.
Fit Finley.
He could whoop your ass, and he gets in there, and in an instant, he can put you in this thing that you have no idea how you got there. You're all tied up. You have no idea how to get out of it. And then it's just loose. You know what I mean? And it's all of a sudden, he's guiding you out of it. You know, it's, oh my God, and tough. You know what I mean? Like, he'd be calling power slams on the floor when people were scared to do that. Like, I would hit him with the big bear. Boom! You know what I mean? All the time. He hit me probably 50 times with that fucking shillelagh. Never felt one.
The
Never
shillelagh.
felt one of them.